just a story to tell. And it feels like.
Let's hear what that sounds like.
That was definitely better.
My teenage years are getting sort of hazy, but I know I remember nothing fazed me in the dark of night. I lay awake and dream. Then we were getting crazy. I was almost 20, had the baby dolls, but didn't have any money, and the sound was on. I was trying to make that scene. I grew up fast. The future's catching up with the past. And what would the girls say now if I asked her to dance? I try not to look back, but I know enough now to attack. I wanna make it last. I grow up fast. My mama cried when I pulled out the driveway. I was feeling good, getting down the highway to another life. I felt like I should have. I met a whole lot of people that I can't remember.
So we are at Tone Freak Studios in San Jose, California. I'm working with Don Budd, who's my favorite engineer and producer in the city. And I did the last record with him in 2016, which was the first David Brookings and Average Lookings record. So this is the second one. But it's my 8th studio album, and I'm just so excited to get back in and record some songs again.
Let's just get last line
We want it to sound like a double without sounding wrong.
without sounding wrong. I think if anything, you kind of moved it a little different than the original one.
Trying to time when I go down the hill.
Exactly. So here's your original,
Ride,
and here's the new one.
ride,
You dragged it longer.
Okay.
So we need this.
ride.
I met David through a friend of mine that was playing in other bands, and he was a bass player, and he joined this new band, David Brookings and the Average Lookings, and needed to record. Talked David into coming in and meet with me and recording with me, and kind of just hooked up that way, and the rest is, as they say, history.
From posted walls that I would look to, and girls I talk to on the phone. Underneath the bleacher chairs, nights of drinking summer ale. Everything you want somewhere out there.
A lot of hours behind the scenes that go into like recording this. I think especially on my side, doing the lead guitar stuff, knowing that this is more of a guitar band than it is some sort of other emphasis, I guess. I wasn't exactly sure at the beginning what this process was going to look like. I think that David has a strong vision for what the songs are going to sound like and everything, and so I wasn't sure exactly what the sort of the writing, composing process was going to look like for this one.
You don't know when you get what you'll say. On the run from the man with the big gun, I can take it away from him. 'Cause he don't know the layout or the way it's gonna play out. It's a big gun, intruder in the night, and there's gonna be a fight. No, I won't be afraid again. I'll be hiding under cover with a Louisville slugger. It's a big one, a big one.
So to this day, I love exploring new music. I'm a huge fan of a wide variety of genres, and taking it back to David's music, I really love where he comes from in his musical style and the way he writes songs. I love the way he crafts a song. It's not just the melody, but it's the arrangements, the hooks, the harmonies. He has a very unique sound. I picked up on that the minute I heard the album that he gave me when we first met. That's what made me so interested in playing in his band. was just the quality and the type of songs that he writes. I love the process, and I love when he brings us a song. He usually brings us a demo. It's just him and an acoustic guitar and the outline of the song, and then we come together as a band and create the arrangements and come up with our parts and kind of put the final product together.
It's a big one, a big one. I've been trying to find a way to be wise. I've been looking for a soul in your eyes. I ain't gonna lay down.
So I met Horst at a party, and he said, you know, we're looking for a bass player. You should check it out. You should come listen to some of our stuff. You know, people have said that before, and every time I've checked it out, it's been, yeah, it's not really something I want to get into. But Horst sent me a link on iTunes, and I just started, checked out David on Apple Music and started listening to his stuff. I actually really liked it, and so I was actually surprised. So I called Horst and said, all right, I'm in. I want to give it a shot. So David brought me in for an audition. I played a couple songs, and then I was in. I had no idea what I was getting into. The first gig that we played was in January, so just a couple of weeks after I joined the band. And it was a pretty legit gig. There were like a lot of people there. It was more than I was expecting, but it was exciting. And it really told me I needed to step up my game and get back into, really the rhythm of playing something.
I just wanted to see if we can maybe, I want, while you're here with Don and I want to see how your strings sound with us. So maybe something that has, like, and you want to try Time Takes You By?
So you wanted strings?
Yeah, I just want to, and I want everybody, I want you to hear how thick Time Takes You By is, and see what, but I still think it needs strings on the chorus.
Sure. It's a very different project than what I usually do, I guess. I come from a background of jazz and instrumental music and jam bands and things where there's kind of more of an emphasis on improvisation and the live music element. And whereas with David, it's much more a very structured approach. The songs are very tight. I don't think he has very many songs that are longer than 4 minutes. And there's lots of chord changes and very conspicuous parts. And so it's been a really nice challenge for me to learn to fit into that kind of a mold, because that wasn't intuitive for me at first. And so sometimes I'll be playing a seventh chord and he's like, wait, hold on, that's supposed to be a minor chord and not a minor seven, or I'll be playing like a C and he's like, no, that's an A minor. And you know what? All that stuff matters, and he places a lot of importance on the little things, and that's why I appreciate working with him.
I would say I've learned this within the past few years from working with you on the last one, is the way you've got to get in the character of the song and be that guy.
Be that guy.
Whether he's sad or angry or
it sells
in love,
it.
You gotta feel like you mean it.
You gotta really mean it, and it sells the point. It sells the attitude. It's more than just the words and that. It's delivery, and the character, like I said, character. It's so important.
And if Don and I are on the same page, which we are, everything else seems to work well. There's 12 songs on this record, and every song has a character within it. It's like Jim Carrey's character in Eternal Sunshine is pretty different from his character in Me, Myself, and Irene. So every song, they're all me, but there's a character within them. So I might have to make myself angry in one, or hopeful in another, or sad, or totally in love. And I try to put that in the voice. I think that's important to feel it, because if you hear a song and it sounds fake, or it sounds like somebody's going through the motions, it doesn't work. So I'm really trying hard to mean what I'm saying in the way that I meant it whenever I wrote it. This is totally a DIY indie release. So Don and I have had just as many sessions mixing as we did tracking the parts. So you gotta be very careful with it. You gotta listen to it multiple times. I listen to it on multiple systems. I listen to it in a car. I listen to it really quietly.
because you would think you listen to a mix loud, but you also turn it down quietly to make sure the drums aren't too loud, or can you hear the bass right? Is everything sitting right in the mix?
I think you make time for what you love and what's important to you, because it's not fake. It's absolutely real, and it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy that I just keep doing albums, because most people have quit on this stuff like long since. The only person I know is never gonna give up on it is me.
If you're traveling in the North Country land, where the winds hit heavy on the borderline, remember me to one who is there. She once was a true love of mine.
Hey guys, hold on 10 seconds, because I want this on the documentary, and this is about right. Now wait.
What are you gonna do, a card trick?
Pick a card, any card. Don't let me see it. Put it face down right here. Don't let me see it. Right on top. Is this your card?
It is.
All right, we can move on.
What